Right, I'll fight ya. I'll fight. And the worst bit, right? The other guy that was. I can't open this fucking. Where's my scissors, man?
All right, here we go, people. We're just starting. I was trying to move things around on OBS, but we got James in the house. What up, James? What up, everybody? Happy New Year. Today is Saturday. We're having a great time today. Hope you're having a great time today. I'm freezing my ass off a little bit. It's a little bit cold. I still got the shorts on. James, is it cold where you are? It looks fucking freezing, bro.
Mate,
I saw you had...
It's cold. There's like cold steam coming out of my... There's like cold... When that cold breath that comes out of your mouth. Because I've got a wooden coal fire in the living room, So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where all the heating is centralised.
Yeah.
So I'm in my spare room freezing my fucking balls off to provide you with the entertainment that you demand. I'll tell you, I'm so hungover, right? I'm still so hungover from New Year's Eve, New Year's Day that I can't even open this fucking like swizzle lollipop, mate. I've been here for 10 minutes trying to work out how to get into this fucking lollipop, man. It's madness. I tell you, I'm an old head, right? Who's partying like he's a youngster, like he's a young head. And it was like, I woke up with the biggest fucking hangover. I don't think I got out of bed until like 12:30, like 1 o'clock on New Year's Day. I was like, just drop me out. I was like, and you know when your mouth feels like the bottom, like cat litter? You know, your mouth feels like cat litter. I was like, fucking hell, mate. I tell you, no more. I was like partying like I was that 14-year-old drinking Stella. You know what I mean? It's madness.
Bro, that's why you got to get the tequila, man. The tequila, you got no hangover the next day. You know, but with the beer, you got, oh man, big time hangover, bro. But it was a good night, man. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast.
Yeah, it was a good stream.
It was a fire stream. We had you were on there. We had Grass jumped on there. We had John on there. We had D-Wag. He made an appearance, first appearance. That was a lot of fun.
Trying to steal my thunder, man. He was trying to steal my glory. Do you know what it reminded me of? I've said this before. You know when Achilles, right, is fighting Hector in Troy. Now I'm Achilles, and D-Wag is Hector. And he's like, he goes, I will not let a stone or a pebble steal my glory. And he comes bowling in here, right, and just totally upstages me. And I'm like, this isn't the script. You're supposed to be nice and neat in the background. And then he pops on the biggest stream of the year and tries to take all the glory away from me.
Bro, he came with props, dog. He had that giant flask. Man, I was rolling when he pulled that out, bro.
I was so pissed, right? I was like, all right, half the stream was going on, right? And all I remember, I can't remember any of the stream, and I don't go back and watch it. All I remember at the end, I was like this. I was dancing like this, and I got like, all I remember, I was going like this, and I was shaking my dick everywhere, and I was like spinning around. I was so out of it. And then I saw Forrest Mummy post a picture that he had this giant flask, this drink flask.
Yeah.
And I didn't even fucking see it. I was so wasted. All I remember shouting, right? It was like every time he was talking, I was trying to do the Ric Flair. You know where he does that thing with Jay Lethal, where you can't be me, you can't be me, and I was going woo, woo. That's all I remember. That was like all my recollection of it. I woke up with such a fucking sore head.
Bro, facts, bro. I can't believe you're not sore. You were doing so many fucking bicep curls. You were going to town, man. I was like, holy shit, this guy's going to be sore. He's doing a full-on workout when he's fucking hammered.
John was like, I can put a lollipop in, watch it. Lollipop. Lollipop, right?
Ah, yeah. Yeah, but now you're doing it sober, so it's not as fun, right? we need you hammered, bro. It's much better with the hammered workout.
And you actually feel it. When you're pissed, you can't feel it.
Yeah, you can't feel anything.
Like you're lifting weights, and it's like you're lifting, I don't know, like some paper tissues or something.
Yeah,
you don't feel it, because in my head, I was like clubbing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like me and you were in like the pub or the club or something, and I'm just dancing away, having a good time. I was in my own world. It was mad.
Yeah, we were having fun, man. That was a blast. Everybody who was here on New Year's, thanks you guys for being here. Thanks for being here today. We're gonna jump down into chat and check everybody out. We got D-Wag in the chat. D-Wag, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Jump on stream if you want. Come on, bro. It was a lot of fun. Mr. Cheeky, what's up? Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Professor Grass, I see you out there. 07 to you. Again, I dropped you guys all the link in the bruvs chat if you guys want to jump on. If you don't, no big deal. People might be hungover, maybe getting their shit back together. That's how it goes. It's the first Saturday of the new year. You know how it is. We got Carrie C. Huzzah to Carrie C. out there saying what's going on. Hillbilly, Harry, 07 to you, bro. Hope you're having a great day today. Shout out to Jared. Let's fucking go, Jared. Hope he's doing great. If you guys didn't see that interview with the Jared, it was fantastic. Go watch it. It's on the stream on the YouTube channel. Son of a beach. We got CK in the chat. Shout out to you, CK. Good to see you as always. Riley.
Taking them photos.
Riley says, yo, Ray and James are blowing up in 2026. If you're here now, you're in early. Let's fucking go. That's what I say. Buy the stock on pennies so you can make the dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills.
If I can just survive these 2 months, I think we're going to make it. If I can just get out of January and February with all my all my extremities intact because Jesus,
Facts.
it's just like the weather has dropped off a fucking cliff.
Bro, I saw
so grim.
I saw the pictures you posted on X, and they're fucking cold. And people don't know, but you said like the big trucks and the trailers and then all the snow plows, they don't come to where you're at, right?
No, we don't have any gritters. What you have to do, you have to get the grit yourself, and then you have to just like, get a shovel and get it out there. And what happened yesterday, right? Because like the paths are so treacherous, I was walking like where someone's put some grit down. I was walking like in the roads, like middle of the road, walking. And you're supposed to like in this case, you're supposed to walk into the oncoming traffic, right? But a car comes behind me. Yeah, you're supposed to walk into the oncoming traffic. And it's like the car, right, comes behind me and just slips and slides and nearly takes me out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we're in these long, winding country roads, everyone's just slipping and sliding all over the place. You know what I mean? It's just like a game of vehicular snakes and ladders. They're all going into the side. They're all going in. I think most of the people yesterday just fucked it off and didn't bother going to work. They just called in sick. Just said, yeah, we can't make it. They didn't move their car off the driveway.
Now, and you have a wood stove, don't you? Do you chop your wood and all that kind of stuff? Are you out there? Is that part of the workout?
Yeah, you can get it's like local areas and stuff like that. You can do that, or you can just go to like there's loads of places around here that sell you a batch of wood. They'll sell you a good lot of wood for a couple of £100, and then they'll throw in 4 or 5 bags of coal, and that'll last you for these like 2 months. Because once you get past the end of February and it breaks, March and April, you're fine. But it is so grim in this country. You see how grim it is with knife school, didn't you? In Scotland, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make it, mate. I tell you, he's going to waste away and die.
Bro, knife school. It looked terrible, bro. Ice storms in Scotland. I don't know. Looks freezing. Now, does it get very hot where you're at, James, in the summertime? Does it get hot or no?
Well, compared to you, no. It's like this is the thing. When it's so cold, right? You get a moderate summer, and you think it's like paradise. Yeah. And then you get into that bit to Christmas where it starts getting cold again and cold again. You think, oh, this is all right. This is manageable. But as soon as the new year in January and February hits, you're in it. But what did you say? You only get like, was it a couple of days rain a year or something? Did you say something like that?
It only rains twice a year here. It rains once in like right now in the winter, and then in the spring, and that's the only time it rains. And it rains for maybe like 4 days, and that's it. And that's all the rain we get. Does it get? Do you have air conditioning where you're at? Do you need air conditioning like in the summertime? Like in the summer,
houses don't really have it unless they're modern new houses. The old school houses don't really have it. You know what I mean? Okay. We have like a central heating system, and then we have like wood stoves and fires and stuff like that. Yeah. But our government's trying to get us into air pumps, and they're pretty shit and lousy. They want us to pay like. I think an air pump is like, and they put it on the side of your house, and it costs like 12, 14 grand, and they want to wean you off like gas boilers and stuff like that, and get you into air pumps.
That's weird. It's not. Luckily for where I live, it's not. It doesn't get terribly hot. It gets really hot for maybe a month and a half here. Whereas, like if I go down in elevation, because I'm about 4,000 feet in the above sea level. Yeah. If you go down in elevation, it's hot for like 4 to 6 months out of the year. And when I mean hot, I'm talking like 120 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I think it's like 52 or something like that Celsius. But it gets super hot. And but luckily for me, it only gets really hot like that for 1 month. And then the other times, it's very nice weather, except for February, it gets very cold. And by very cold, I mean I have to put on a jacket. You know what I mean? It's not like where you're at, where there's snow and shit like that. So
I think what you'd consider decent weather, what an American would consider really decent weather, we get it for 1 month a year. So say like summer's like 3 months, right. But we would get 1 month's decent weather, like really hot weather, spread out over a 3-month period. Because basically, if you live up north like Manchester and Scotland, it's always raining. Yeah, it's always raining. It's always grim. It's always miserable. It's like an American, like a caricature. It's like, American caricature of English weather, and the English are always complaining about the weather. Well, the reason the English are always complaining about the weather is because it's shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you come from California, I don't think there's a person who lives in California that could stomach English weather.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Stomach it.
Bro, I can't go back to Kentucky, man. I'm in Southern California, and I'm ruined on weather. Only place I can go now is Hawaii. That's where I go, son. King Yeti says, howdy, heathens. Shout out to King Yeti. Tank Ferret, what's up? Good to see you, Tank. Big fan of your work. Let's fucking go. Yeah, so what about, I wanted to talk a little bit about, did you see that video? I might play it here in a second. Mersh gave you a shout out on Nightwave, bro. Did you see that? Here, let me go and play that real quick. Did you see?
Recognize this game, huh? It's one of those, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it real quick, people. So here we go, real quick. Here we go.
There are certain accents that just irk people, and I can understand saying,
"Oh, just be lifting some weights."
If I can punch that accent in the face.
There you go, ladies.
To your house so you can hit me?
I'll fuck.
I wonder if Matt Mead would talk the same shit to James that does the show with Ray Ray. That would be. I would love to hear Matt Mead threatening James, who, by the way, actually English, totally different accent. Cause he's got that sort of accent, mate, where it's like, you know, he's gonna fucking really do some damage to you with his fucking knee, you know? Like he's got that shitty English accent where you know right away this guy's a problem. It's the Guy Ritchie English. It's not he doesn't, you know. I can see why you're like, oh, Moody, I sound like a gay. You want to punch that? Hello, I'm Moody. I'm New Zealand. Oh, I'm New Zealand, But like, you hear James, and he's like, yeah, it's like sometimes you gotta throw somebody like a proper beating. You know what I mean, mate? You're like, wait, what? You go, whoa, this guy's an actual problem. James is you guys gotta watch Ray Ray when he does his show with James, because he's got that and he wears like the fucking Puma sweatsuits. I mean, he swear to God, he's right out of a movie.
Facts, bro. So Mersh says you're right out of a movie. You even got the Puma tracksuit on right now. Shout out to Mersh for that. That was
Is that a coincidence? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. That was a very nice shout out for Mersh. We appreciate that. Fucking love that. John in the chat, he says, Mersh also shouted you out on New Metal's New Year's towards the end of it. I gotta admit, I didn't make it all the way through New Metal New Year's. I was a little bit shit-faced, drinky poo about that. You know, and my tequila kicked in about that time. So
I was watching Courtney Brooks stream, and she's been streaming like a maniac, and I'm like, oh, fuck this, mate. I'm going to bed. It's like, I was so fucking tired. I'm like, I can't watch this. I mean, as much as I want to sit there watching her watch body cam videos, I just can't, I can't be doing that fucking for 4 hours. I've got to get some sleep.
Bro, facts. You can't have it 24/7 like that. Shout out to Mr. Happy Stacker 69. Nice in the chat. What's going on, bro? Good to see you here. But yeah, no, Courtney Brooke, love her, but she can't, overdose on the content, man. It's gonna water it down, not make it as important. You know what I'm saying?
Less is more. I keep saying this to everyone. Less is more. And when you're doing the shorts, make it about 10 seconds, get in and get out, do it quickly.
Bro, facts. I was, we were talking to somebody about it, I forget who it was, and they said that basically most YouTube videos could be about 5 minutes. It's like, yeah, let me get in here, let me say my shit, let me say my piece and get going. And that's kind of like a pet peeve of mine. I hate it when they tease out, the information on a video. Now, live stream's a little bit different because we're just shooting the shit. We're here hanging out together. We're having a good time. Oh, shit, look who we got in the chat now. Rip-Off Verse. He must have heard his ears ringing. We were just talking about you, bro, over in Scotland, freezing your ass off with those.
He's still alive. I thought he'd been I thought he'd be dead by now. You know what I'm saying? With that weather, I tell you.
Yeah, facts. You got them ice storms over there in Scotland. Hope he's doing okay. Hope you're doing all right. He says James is straight out of a movie. The movie is called Rain Man. I don't know if he's calling you Tom Cruise or Dustin Hoffman in that one. One or the other. That's pretty funny.
I don't know. I think I was robbed, I should have been an actor. You know what I mean? I could be.
You still can be, bro. You still can be.
What happened, right? When you're in school, when we have secondary school, you have to pick your subjects in our country. Well, you used to anyway. And
right.
they lump all the subjects together. So if you want to carry on and do drama, you can't do sport. And there was no way that I wasn't doing sport. So I picked sport, so I couldn't do drama.
Yeah.
it was like religious studies is lumped in with there and home economics. So they put all the like subjects that you want to do, they group them all together. So you have to do a bunch of shit ones. So yeah, I reckon I could have been an actor. I could have been doing what Rip Off Versus doing, but better. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I could have been a leading man. I could have been a leading man. I was robbed. I was robbed of being Jason Statham.
That's right. Little beef between Rip Off Verse and James. Little beef right there.
No, I like Rip Off Verse because he doesn't suffer fools gladly, and he doesn't really play sides. He just kind of like goes after everyone. And I kind of like that attitude. You know what I mean? He's not really in this club or that puffy group of people or that other puffy group of people. He just kind of plays his own game. You know what I mean? And people get annoyed. Remember when all the people in the Rip-Off verse hated him because he was doing the puppet shows for Comic Skate and Ethan Van Sciver? And then when he stopped doing that because they had a falling out over Sven Stoffels, all the Ripperverse people suddenly loved him. Because they're fucking sheep. They got no minds of their own. It's like, oh, he wasn't my guy. No, he's my guy, and we can have a go at this group of people. I'm like, fuck off, you drips. You're all a bunch of wankers. I can't stand any of you. That guy last night, I went in there. I wish you'd never told me because I'm like, I'm vain.
So you're talking about what Mersh said. Bro, I clipped everything he said, bro. That's why I clipped all the good parts and showed it to you right there.
So I go into the fucking chat, right, and I'm like, drop me out. I'm like, drop me. Not because I like Mersh and I like what Mersh does, but I couldn't do what Mersh and Hujon do. I can't be watching these like Dabbleverse people. They're just like they're like the worst idiots that God ever gave breath to. And I'm like, it's like, I'm sitting here, right, and I recognise a few people in the chat. Like, I think there was that K-Rads was in there, Forrest Mummy was in there. And they're all talking about shit I don't understand. And then this geezer gets up, right, and he starts mugging everyone off. And he's got a big fucking head and a big nose, right? You couldn't miss him, right, if you threw a punch. You'd iron this cunt out in 10 seconds flat. And he's like going, I'll beat you all up. I'll fight you. I'll take you all on. Yeah, you can't. He don't say that. He don't talk like me. But he's like, yeah, I'll take you. And then this nerd guy goes, right, I'll fight you. But then he realises that he can't fight, so he thinks he's in Game of Thrones, and he's Tyrion Lannister, and he goes, I elect this guy, random name, to be my champion and come to your house and fight you. And then when it looked like it was going to be concrete and he accepted it, he goes, oh yeah, if he comes to my house, I'm going to shoot him. I'm like, where did these shooters get involved in the fist fight? These people are mentally disabled. I'm telling you, if you've actually been in fights like I have, right, you don't want to be in another one. Because it's a 50-50, right? This is how it goes, right? Either you iron someone out or they iron you out, right? And if they hit you in a certain area, you could end up being a vegetable for the rest of your fucking life. And if you hit someone in a certain way, you could go down for manslaughter or murder. For fucking what? A fight over some internet bullshit. These people are mad. I don't remember when we said, right, you always said these people are all nerds, right?
They're all nerds, man. They're all nerds.
It's like the meek has inherited the earth, right? And then suddenly all these nerds, right, get online and they get a bit of fame and a bit of clout and they think they're alpha males. And they're going, right, I'll fight you, I'll fight you, I'll fight you. Everything descends into I'm going to fight you, beat you up or shoot you or maim you or stab you or do you. And it's like, mate, will you shut the fuck up and chill out? We're just having a laugh online. There is no need for it to get to any of this unless it's just a bit of bants. But these people are crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy.
And they were all right. This was all over some dumb bird. It was as thick as... I mean, she's a fucking... she was like this. I think there was dribble coming out of her mouth. She's mentally retarded.
He's Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet.
Yeah. I don't even know the bird's name, right? She wasn't even attractive, right?
Yeah.
And she's like...
She's a porn star, too. You know that, right?
Well, I think she's had her brain shagged out of her because she's a moron. I swear down. I tell you, the biggest drip you've ever got. She probably doesn't even realise when a bloke's fucking her, she's that dumb. I tell you, she's a moron, right? Yeah. And then she goes like, this other blonde bird turns up at this Matt's house, right? And this Matt goes to her, you tell her that I'm not aggressive and I don't hit women. So you're not convincing me that you don't hit women, bruv. You're not convincing me yet. Yeah. And then she starts piping up, the porn star, who I didn't know was a porn star. I'll have to go and have a look at her work later. So I didn't realise she was a porn star, right? And then she goes,
bonus, like, gotta do some research.
Like, my friend, don't hurt our friend. And then apparently, apparently she goes to restaurants and then she gets her PSP out or something, or a Switch, and starts playing on her Switch. I mean, this bird is such a fucking div. And this is what all the row was over. You got all the white knights, right, who want to sleep with her, and then you've got this other geezer who has slept with her, or may not have given her a thick ear or something. I don't know. Fucking mad. They're all mad.
James is talking about, that was the clip that we played was from the Nightwave last night, and that's what James is talking about. I gave you the best clip of that was related to you that I knew you would like, but Mersh talked about Matt Mead.
I appreciate it. It's true. He wouldn't speak to me like that. No one speaks to me like that.
Well, that's what I was gonna. Well, that's what I was gonna.
No one speaks to you like that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because like you've been in fights, I've been in a few fights. I did jujitsu. You know when you get punched in the mouth and you get that bright flash of light and it feels really cold, and then you could taste your blood like in your mouth. Once you first feel that and you feel what it feels like for your face to be numb for a second, you know what it's like to be hit in the face. And so many of these people who talk about they want to fight, they want to do this, bro, they've never been hit in the face. And that's a big difference. Or like, the first time you do jujitsu, you go and they choke you out. So you can feel like what it feels like to lose consciousness. So you're not afraid of it anymore. And that's a big deal. You have to go through that as a guy, as a man, so that you know that there's this responsibility of this check that's going to have to be cashed. If you're talking, cash money shit at a bar, you're writing a check that your ass has to cash. If you're going to go up to some man, get in his face, you're going to have to, put your face on the line. You're going to have to put your body on the line. It's not worth it.
I hate to break this to the online community, but the hardest people that are out there, you don't know their name. Look,
right.
It's not movie stars. It's not professional fighters. It's not boxers. It's people that when you go to a pub in South London or the South East, right, they don't give you a warning, right? They just fucking chin you. They will iron you out in a blink of an eye. And they won't it won't be Mark Chris of Queensbury rules, right? They will bite your fucking nose off, gouge your eyes out, stamp you in the head. These people will fucking maim you. They're hard men. They don't go around telling you they're hard men, right? They just are. They don't go, oh yeah, I'm a tough guy. They don't say any of that bullshit. They will just fucking drop you. That's what it's like in real life. And when you're in the pub, right, even if you accidentally bump into someone, it could turn into a fight. And I was saying, like, with the difference between American culture and English culture, in American culture, you could be the biggest weed, like you get all these school shootings, you could be the biggest nerd and the biggest weed. You stick a gun in your hand and you're suddenly Clint Eastwood or Charles Bronson, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're suddenly the hardest man in the world. But we don't really have that over here. You have to learn from an early age, right, to fight with your fists, right? If your mouth gets you into trouble, and your fists have got to get you out of trouble. Right. And I come from an area, right, where we are the knife crime capital. We're the knife crime capital of the world, London, like all over London, right? So you've got to know how to handle yourself just in case a situation arises, because most of these kids, most of these thugs, they're carrying knives. You know what I mean? You don't get a second chance. You either stand your ground and hope you can take them down, or you run for your life. You have to make a split decision in a blink of an eye. We don't have concealed carry. We don't have guns. The criminals do. Obviously, the criminals do. But normal citizens like me, we don't have that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Facts. And
life goes by fast.
Yeah, and you have to be careful in a street fight, bro. You can't. You never know who's behind you and all that stuff. Plus, if you get stabbed, you can't feel it. I've heard so many cases of people who got stabbed and didn't even know they were stabbed until they were slipping on their own blood, and they look down and they see that they're bleeding out. So you have to be very, very, very careful and watch out.
It's just amusing, isn't it? Every day you turn on the internet, right? You go online, right? It's some geezer from some verse. You got Dabbleverse, you got Comicsgate, you got Ripperverse, and then you go on there, right? And they're always e-fapping someone and going, I'll fight you, I'll kick your ass. And they got all these like things in the section of the internet that I pay. They do misfits fights, or they'll be having like jippos fighting in a field or something. It's mad how like the online world has just become like, it's a fight every day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's a fist
Yeah.
fight, and it's like that's the first thing they go to, and it's like, well, you ain't been in a fight, mate, because you wouldn't want it. You just
Right,
wouldn't
right.
want it.
Right. Yeah, and that's facts because they all project, you know, what they've seen on like the cartoons or the movies, and they think that's how men settle things. But that's not how it is. A man just understands the gravity of the responsibility and stops. And it's like CK said in the chat, you know, a guy with a knife, if he gets within 21 feet of you, that's like the kill area, the kill zone. He's close enough to kill you. And you got to watch out. King Yeti says it depends on what kind of knife it is if you're going to feel it or not. Then you know that's true. If they're coming down,
zombie knives. If you like the young thugs that are like from like Croydon, South London, where I'm from, they've all got the zombie knives. So Google zombie knives, and then you'll see what you're dealing with.
What are zombie knives?
Machete. What they'll do is they'll slip. They'll all wear jog pants like this, right? And they'll strap a machete down their leg when they go out to conceal it. So they'll have a machete sliding, and then they'll just slip it out like that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're definitely gonna feel a fucking. You're gonna feel a machete if it hits you. Now, what's a zombie knife, James? What's a zombie knife?
It's just like a big, long, flashy knife.
Oh, big fat, like a crocodile.
They used to fucking sell them on Amazon, and then they had a knife amnesty, didn't they? And that's all hand them in and everything, stuff like that. But yeah. It's just a flashy name for something that's essentially a fucking machete.
Oh, is it like a Crocodile Dundee knife? You know, like he had that big old knife or that big Rambo knife? Like,
a fucking knife, yeah.
Yeah,
and
no,
think about it, right?
Yeah.
You want to know how this online game's different to real life, yeah?
Yeah.
Where I come from, right? They will kill you if you come from a different postcode in London.
Yeah, yeah.
They will rep their postcode.
Yeah,
and
that's
if you
crazy.
stray into their area, their ends, and you're from a different postcode, they will drop you like it's nothing. It'll be kids killing kids. It'll be 13-year-olds. It'll be 14-year-olds. It'll be 15-year-olds, and they will slice you like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's
nothing to them.
That's what
all these people that think they're online hard men and tough guys, mate. You don't even fucking know, mate. I swear down. You fucking go to London and then see how hard you are, mate. You go to a pub in the East End and you tell me how hard you are. I'd love to see it. I would love to see it.
Yeah, facts. Ripoff first says he was stabbed in the face 4 years ago multiple times, scarred for life, and got a permanent why so serious scar around his mouth. Wow. I bet that was
he's still
that
so
was
handsome
crazy.
and he's all pulling the birds. How does he do it?
Bro, women love scars.
He's got the rugged good looks like Jason Statham and me. See, he's got the rugged good looks.
Yeah, facts.
And he's bald, isn't he? He's bald.
Yeah, I think he is.
Being bald.
I think that's the key. Also, I think the accent helps. CK says the razor blades, like Peaky Blinders, are scary. Yeah, the little tiny like the surgical knives, or like even like the ice picks, bro. You gotta the ice picks that they stick. You can't feel that shit when it goes in. That's crazy.
It's like that, isn't it? That's another one, isn't it? That people like. Have you ever been to the pub, right? And you're listening to pub conversation and pub chat, and you'll get some geezer, right, who's pretty well built. You know, he's a gym guy, right? And he goes, "Yeah, I can do prison standing on my head." If he'd been to prison, he wouldn't be saying that.
No, he wouldn't.
I tell you, no one wants to be in prison.
Yeah.
It's not good. It ain't nice, and no one can do it standing on their head. A lot of the people now, right, because the Muslims run the prisons, a lot of the white guys that go in there are converting to Islam, so they don't get shanked.
Facts. You know, it's a gang. Islam is a gang. Ripoff verse says James is talking about county lines. Is that right? Yeah, postal codes, county lines.
County lines, drug deals. Yeah.
Yeah. King Yeti says he's been jumped more than he's had fair fights. That's what I'm talking about. When you go out in the street, that's what it is. A street fight is a jump, bro. There's no such thing as a fair fight, and so everybody who wants to engage in a fair fight is full of shit. What, they think it's all going to be this like Logan Paul, Jake Paul kind of contract thing? No, we've all seen it. I've seen the videos. You go out, you go to a fight. You're fighting one guy and his friend comes up behind you and sucker punches you from behind and knocks you fucking out. Then they stomp your ass, bro. You want to avoid that, bro. It's like my favorite tactic is you throw a haymaker and you run. You know what I mean? One punch and you're out. You're running. You know what I mean?
Do you know the other thing that made me laugh? And you were the one that said this, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But it's like the Aaron thing. Do you know, after the Andrew Tate fallout, you know, with Chase Damore, and Aaron Impulse said, I could beat Andrew Tate or Chase Damore in a fight. And I'm like, mate, you haven't got the stamina. I know you think you do boxing, but you don't do rounds. Like me, I would gas so quickly. If you said to me, James, right, you've got 6 weeks to train for like an amateur fight, yeah?
Right.
I would gas so quickly because I wouldn't know how to judge it. I would be throwing too many shots in the first round. I'd be gassed by the second or third round, and that other guy would just spark me out. You know what I mean? And it's like you can't be a street guy, a street fighter, and go into the boxing world. It don't work like that.
No, that's the other thing I was going to say is that, when you're a fighter, you go into the fighting world, you have to understand how to control your adrenaline dump. That's the thing that you can't practice unless you're actually fighting, unless you're actually in that moment. You have to learn how to, regulate your adrenaline so it doesn't all dump at once and then you're fucking wasted, 4 minutes later. You have to
fucked by the time I got to the ring. You know what I mean? My anxiety would be through the roof.
Right.
That tension of waiting for the bell. And then I'd just come out, I'd throw as many shots as I could, and I'd be gassed and gone and knocked out in the second or third round. That's how it would go.
Right. It's like a sprinter that tries to run a marathon. They're really in shape, but they can't run a marathon. So you gotta train for that. Ripoff Earth says he's not bald. Some war campaign guy found the wrong photo. And so he says he has long, luxurious hair down to his waist, in fact. No, I made that last part up. He doesn't. Let's see. King Yeti says he's getting a 100-pound punching bag on Monday. It's good to know how to throw a couple of punches, bro. You got to, as a man, I think you have to, it's like as a man, you got to know how to throw a baseball or throw a rock. I don't know about you, James, but I see all these European men who, throw like a girl. They can't even throw, but they can kick a soccer ball or, a football very good, but they can't throw. And, you have to know how to throw a punch. And so I think, a lot of American guys, we know how to throw a baseball. So we automatically know how to put our weight behind it and, turn our hips and throw a punch. And that's important because, here's the best strategy for a fight. One punch knockout. That's what you want every time. I'm sure you've seen those videos of like the boxer guys who are out there defending their girlfriend in a street fight. And he's like putting everybody to sleep with like one punch. That's what you want to do. One punch and you're gone. You don't want to get into jiu-jitsu, bro. Jiu-jitsu is the worst thing to do in a street fight. Get on the ground, where they stomp you and hit you with a brick, man. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying, James?
You remember that film? Ripoff first will probably know. What's that one with Jean-Claude Van Damme where he's like the guy, what's his name, Marquesian or something? I can't remember his name. Time Cop? Is it Time Cop? Where he says to him, no one ever told you that all that kicking belongs on Broadway or something. That fancy kicking. He makes that joke, doesn't he? And then he does. But it's true. I've never seen anyone do any of that fancy shit in a street fight. I've never seen any of that.
No.
You know what I mean? They're doing. Could you imagine? Right, you're in a street fight, right? Your adrenaline's up. You're potentially fighting for your life, and then someone does a roundhouse kick like it's Roadhouse or something. I've never seen any of that shit.
No, facts.
Never in my life.
No, it's like King Yeti says, Muay Thai is the best for being jumped. Yeah, Muay Thai is a great street fighting one. Krav Maga is another good one. I think Sambo, whatever that Russian fighting technique is that they learn over there. That's their national sport over there. A fighting martial art. That's fire. So you gotta protect yourself. That's why you could tell none of these guys have ever been in a fight because they don't understand that as soon as you enter a street fight, bro, it's like you said, 50-50. You could get your teeth knocked out.
You know this. I've sent you the video, and anyone in the chat, if you're on Instagram or you're on TikTok, go and look up Danny Boy 83. Right. Now, Danny Boy 83 is from the same area that I'm from. He's from South London, but he's from Woolwich, and I'm from Croydon. He's a Millwall supporter. I'm a Palace fan. Now, his mouth writes so many checks online, right? And this is what's happened to him this year. Go and find the videos. He got plunged in the neck, so he got stabbed in the neck. Yeah. He got knocked out, sparked out at a funeral, and then he was in a car. This was the one I seen you in it. He was in a car the other day, and he ran his mouth and mouthed off about John Dennington. Now, John Dennington's a gypsy with connections, right? And the next thing you know, a load of people with balaclavas and hammers, 5 people came along and they smashed the car in and they tuned him up with hammers. Smashed his face in, smashed his body in, smashed his legs in, right? And he knew what time it was, right? His mouth has written so many checks that his ass can't cash, right?
Yeah.
And they did him. That's what happens in real life. You never see it coming.
Yeah.
They don't give you a warning. They come in dead at night. They come tooled up with balaclavas, and you get fucked. So if you want to see like what happens when you've got a big mouth and you come up against real hard men, go and look up Danny Boy 83 on Instagram and TikTok. Then you'll know.
Yeah, you sent me that video, and I was like, "Holy shit!" This guy, they had hammers, and they beat the shit out of his face, like broke his orbital bone, broke his maxilla, his like whole face looked like a raisin, man. And I was like, "Damn, bro, fighting with hammers, that's some real deal shit right there." See, that's the stuff I don't want to have any part of. That's why you don't want to get in fights, man. You just want to like de-escalate. You know, of course, there's. You know, you got to watch out for the kind of girl that you get too, right? I've had these girls that were, you know, really hot, and they like to wear those like tiny skirts, right? And we go to the club, and they want to shake it all in the wrong places, and then, you know, then they come tell me that some guy brushed up against their ass, and they want me to go do something about it, and I'm like, what the fuck? What are you trying to get me fucking murdered? Like, what the hell are you trying to do here? Of course, if you see some guy, you know, habitually line stepping, like Charlie Murphy says, habitual line stepper, you know, you got to like step up to that. But, you know, you got to watch out for some of these women. Sometimes they just want to, you know, they want the drama or whatever. Sometimes they're the one that are out there shaking their ass, and they get you pulled into this fight that you don't even know, you know, what, you know, who these guys are or what's going on. And she volunteers you to, you know, cash the check that she wrote on your behalf. And you're like, bro, I'm screwed. James, have you ever had anything like that happen?
Well, yeah, I told you, I get in trouble. When I was like doing it like 18 to 30, I was getting in trouble all the time because I was just chatting up birds, you know. When you're young and reckless, you just chat up. And like one of the times I did it, I was coming out of a club in Brighton. I can't remember. I think I was at Event 2 in Brighton. So I come out of Event 2 in Brighton, and I start like, there's this girl, right? And I'm on my own, all my mates are still in there. And she was like this really hot blonde. But she was with like her boyfriend. I think he was a mank, and his two mates, right? And I thought, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to try. I was like, yeah, all right, darling. Do you want my number? I'm like, I'll give you my number and you can call.
Yes. Wait, like, was that your pickup line? Do you want my number?
Like,
yeah.
I'll tell you what, like when you got rid of these three losers and their backs turned, you can come and call me up and we'll go on a date. You know what I mean? And then like she didn't appreciate it, I suppose, because she like this was her bloke and she loved him, don't love him, I don't fucking know, right? But he fucking like he really didn't take it, and I was pretty drunk, and he just sparked me, mate. Yeah. He sparked me, and then his mates they joined in. So they were doing me like three of them just done me over, and they absolutely done me proper. You know what I mean? And the funny thing was, right, the cops come along, right?
Yeah.
And the cops put me in handcuffs. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, right? So I'm like this, right, with like my hands that like they're cuffed up like that, and I'm like drunk and in fucking agony, and they've cuffed up my hands. So I'm like, you got to be fucking joking, ain't they?
Yeah.
And they're like, did you see who did it? And they're over there, right? And this is how stand-up I am. They're over there like fucking laughing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you see who did it? And I'm like, I didn't fucking see a thing, mate. I didn't grass on them. I'm like, no, I didn't see a thing. And afterwards they were like, oh, thanks for not grassing on me. And I was like, yeah, oh, thanks for kicking the shit out of me, you cuss. You know what I mean? It was a bit like that. But that was one of the funny ones I actually remember. And like, I'm honest, you know, I've been beaten up shit ton of times. You know what I mean? Because I've got a big mouth. And but you know, if my mates are in trouble, I'll be the first one jumping in.
Yeah,
so
facts.
I've had plenty of wallops, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm not the hero story where I win every single fight and I'm like fucking nothing like that. It's never been like that for me, you know what I mean? More often than not, right? More often than not, you find yourself on the wrong end of things. It's like, do you remember that other fight recently? Like Andre Arlovski and Jack Doherty?
Yeah.
You know, they bumped into each other's misses, didn't they? An entourage. But Andre Arlovski just started swinging and beating the fuck out of them. And all Jack Doherty's lot were dancing around like the Sugar Plum Fairy. You know, they didn't know what to do. Yeah. They were so like this physical guy, a proper fighter, was putting it on them, and they were shit scared.
Yeah, I kind of think that was staged. I think they coordinated that, but whether or not,
yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah,
that's funny because
bro, he would have murdered them. Bro,
he
would have murdered them, bro. But for those out there who don't know, James, when you say sparked, do you mean knocked out? They knocked you out when you say they sparked you?
Sparked. I was sparked. I didn't even see it coming. It was just like, you know, when you get hit on that chin and you've done it online, it's like. That's the next thing I remember, like you come around like the the minute later, 60 seconds later, you know, and they're still laying it into you. You know what I mean? So it's
Facts.
that's what happens.
Bro, that's the dangerous thing about street fighting, and that's why these people who say, constantly want to get in fights, that they've never been in fights because you don't want to lose teeth, bro. I hate going to the dentist and losing teeth and getting dental work, man, and it's fucking expensive and it fucking anyway. So you don't want to do any of that kind of stuff, and that's why you got
really you know what really irks me, like.
What?
More than the personalities that are doing the stream saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass," is when you watch the chat, right? And the chat, they go on their favourite person. They support them, don't they? And they pick them up and they go, "Yeah, my guy can beat your guy up."
Yeah.
That is the even worst one. When there's some guy in the chat, say they're a fan of this YouTube streamer, and they're like, "Yeah, well, my guy can beat your guy up," kind of. That is the worst thing that a bloke can do. It's like, yeah, it'd be like me saying it. I'm on a stream, right, and I go, "Yeah, my guy Ray can beat you versus people up." You know what I mean? It's like, shut the fuck up, idiot. No one wants to hear that rubbish.
Yeah, no, facts, and that's how you know they're all immature. None of them have ever been in a fight. They're all like, that's why I call it nerd culture. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said it's more like incel culture, and maybe that's right, because nerds, they kind of get this a little bit, right? But maybe incels are the ones who are completely detached from, like, social reality, and have existed, like, in this fantasy in their mind. King Yeti says, people have literally been hand-slapped and put to sleep, and they fell down and they died when they hit the curb. That's another thing.
That thing, didn't it? What's it like? The fucking thing that freaks me the fuck out. Do you know what is it like? Not Joe Rogan. Who's the guy? Dana White slap thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Fucking where they just stand there and fucking slap. And when the women slap each other, I'm like, do the old double take. That is a fucking. I'm like, and you see their fucking face literally go like this, start spooling, and their eye blows up. Have you seen when their eye blows up?
Yeah, and then they complain when their boyfriend does the same thing. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. We go, welcome Professor Grass on stream. Hey, good to see you, Grass. What's going on? We're getting ready to talk about Venezuela in a minute, but we were talking about people who don't know, can't cash checks at their mouth rights. What do you think about that kind of stuff, Grass?
Yeah, if you can't fucking handle the heat, don't be talking all that shit. You're gonna get your mouth popped.
I see you got the boxer Grass right there going on.
Actually, yeah, that was I forgot about that. Was the thumbnail from the most recent green pill for the new year.
What I want to know, right, is how did a porn star find herself surrounded by all those old geeks?
Bro, facts. You're talking about Scarlett, right? Is that what you're talking about, James?
Yeah.
Well, there was a really weird story about how Matt picked her up from the hospital or something, and she was going to get committed or something. The police were arresting her, and they were going to commit her to a psychiatric hold, and he took her responsibility of her or something like that, and that's how she got.
That's how you mean?
Yeah, that's how they met. That's how they met or something. He met her at I don't know. I think that's how he met her. So it's a fucking super weird. Grass, did you hear about all that? We're just talking about what Mersh. Yeah, what Mersh was talking about.
Disconnected, man.
Yeah, with that
I
Scarlett.
didn't get to watch any Nightwave either. I've been very disconnected. Lost my job, started doing DoorDashes and shit. Got my job back though. Fucking next Tuesday.
How about that? Wait, congratulations. Yeah. So what happened? So you I mean, if you want to talk about it, if you don't want to talk about it, it's all good. We don't have to talk about it. I don't want to get you in trouble. And you just rescued your job. I don't want to get you in trouble if you can't talk about it. You let me know, okay?
Yeah, it's not a big deal right now, I guess. But basically, smashed my hand 3 times at work. Said, fuck, really loud.
Yeah.
And I work at school, so you can't be doing that.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they fired me, and then they were like, well, maybe we shouldn't fire you after Christmas, And then they were like, we'll just transfer you to a different school. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll do that. So I'm going to put my head down and start working.
Nice. Bro, it reminds me of what guys do with women when they break up with them over the holiday so they don't have to give them a gift.
That's what it kind of felt like. They didn't want to give me a bonus or anything.
That's right. I mean, they're like, how do we make sure Grass doesn't show up at the Christmas party and eat all the good fondue? Oh, we'll fire him for 2 weeks, and then we'll rehire him. But I'm glad.
That's not too far off though, because we haven't had a Christmas party in a couple years now.
Yeah.
And I've been up there for 7.
Yeah.
And then they bring it back, and then they fire me. So they did not want me at that Christmas party for some reason.
Apparently they didn't want you doing drunk karaoke or whatever it was. But I'm glad you got your job back. That's fantastic. A big relief for all of us. We were like, bro, I hate to see a good guy, struggle or suffer or whatever. And so I'm glad you're going to be at this new spot. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's a silver lining and all that kind of stuff. But so you didn't watch any of the Scarlett stuff, but apparently like Scarlett met me, broke up or whatever, and then he was trying to get her back, and of course she's bonkers. King Yeti says none of them are as crazy as Scarlett. That's true. And then I just played a clip from Nightwave last night where Mersh was talking about James, and so that's how we got in this topic. And so we thought that was pretty funny. And then we started talking about.
Did you see that baseball cap as well? I've never seen a baseball cap with a brim that big in my life. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's this big fucking brim fucking thing. I'll tell you, he must be crying inside, mate, because the sex must have been so good with a shagged out porn star. I mean, Christ alive. Your cock wouldn't have even touched the sides. It's so wide.
Yeah, and she's young too. She's still like 23.
Throw a pickle down a hallway.
Yeah, hot dog in a hallway kind of situation. No, his head might be small, and he has like a big brim. I don't know, bro. Maybe it was the the lens, or maybe it just was a big brim hat. But that was all of that was just wild. The whole situation's crazy. It's like watching a Jerry Springer unfold on stream, and like you said, it's thank God Hujan and Mercer covering it, because it'd be hard to sift through all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, rather them than me. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't watch it. No fights will happen. No one's going to get physical. Come Monday, they're still going to be arguing like a bunch of women about shit that doesn't matter. I mean, these people, I tell you, that double verse is like the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even know the geezer's name, like Matt Mead or something. He's like, he was the biggest fucking bellend I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ. He was just shouting, swearing at everyone, saying, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to beat. But then he was kissing Melton's ass. This Melton guy who I didn't know. He's like, I like you, Melton. Yeah, you're all right, Melton. But this other guy. I was like, fuck off, mate.
They all lost the plot. They lost the point that it's all supposed to be entertainment on here. That's what it's supposed to be about. We like everybody likes the drama.
Yeah, just come on here, suck a lollipop, lift some weights, and do a dance. That's all I do.
Yeah. So that hell yeah. Grass, we're getting ready to talk about this whole thing in Venezuela, man. Have you seen any of that going on?
I caught a little bit of that today while I was dashing. Trump was just like, yeah, we're taking the oil. We're going to take charge of it all. And then somebody was like, are we just going to take charge of Venezuela? And he's like, well, Pete Hegseth and that guy, they're going to be partners. It's going to be great. And it's like, wait, what?
We're taking the oil. Black Candace Owens. We're going to go ahead. We're going into Venezuela. We're going to take it over.
Candace Owens in there for the black gold.
Black gold. We're winning bigly. Black gold. Candace Owens. Yeah.
That was wild today.
Bro. I mean, let me ask you this. So we can roll down there. Like, I don't know how much military we had. We did a DoorDash to this president's house and picked him up, and then yoinked his ass all the way back onto an aircraft carrier back to America. But we can't kick some 67 IQ Somalis out of a daycare in Minnesota. Like, what the hell's going on with that?
It's government contracted, right? I heard a little bit about the Somalian daycares, but those are government contracted daycares, right? Like, that's why. Yeah. You don't want to go against your own contracts.
Yeah, facts. So is that like a CIA black book operation where they're funneling money into Somaliland in order to get the... I heard Israel wanted to dump the Palestinians in Somaliland, and that was like... No, I'm fucking serious. And that was going to be payment.
That's crazy.
And that was going to be payment for them, to get them over there and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty crazy. James, what about the Venezuelan incursion? What are your thoughts on that? Trump going in there.
I saw we were supposed to be talking about Venezuela, and as you know, I'm up on my geopolitics. So
that's right.
So I had to put in Venezuelan war, but I accidentally put Venezuelan porn, and I ended up down a rabbit hole. Suddenly, right? There was all these naked Venezuelan women doing all kinds, right? And I kind of got sidetracked about this Venezuelan war. I know
Bro,
is, right,
how funny is that? Bro, I was going to go to war, but I found the porn instead, so I couldn't go to war. I got
it
delayed.
was a choice, right? I had this choice. It was like Venezuelan porn or Venezuelan war. Venezuelan war or Venezuelan porn.
Right.
And I came down on the side of porn. So, you know, I was like, why not? You know what I mean?
There's a lot more result for the porn, you know?
Yeah, I think...
I've never really been into the old Latinas, the old South American women and all that, but I was like, they're not so bad, you know what I mean, once you get used to them.
Yeah, you know what?
Like,
I heard Venezuelans have some very nice ladies. In fact, I heard they're all like, I heard a lot of them are prostitutes. I heard it was a tremendous amount of suffering in Venezuela. But, you know, they're suffering all over the world, you know, which is crazy to me.
Venezuela right now, there's soon to be a bit of suffering in Iran. You know, once he's finished with Venezuela, right, he's got a job to do in Iran. You know, that's the next step.
Alex Stein asked a really good question. He said he's confused at what Venezuela did to provoke this. You know, if it's about drugs, how come the CIA was running drugs out of Mena, Arkansas for so long, and they're basically still doing all that kind of stuff. So I guess it's not really about drugs.
Wait,
I saw that Israel. Go on, Grass. What was that?
Is it not going to just be their 51st state, Venezuela?
I don't know. I don't know.
We said that to Canada. Why not? Like,
yeah. No, that's a good
idea.
idea.
All this money and all these resources, and your oil to be sold to a bunch of people.
yeah. I mean, it's the oil. They're like what are they, like the number 2 oil producer in the world or something like that? You know, that little country.
Sure it's not even clean oil though, right? Like it's really not refined, and you have to do this whole processing. That's why people don't really mess with it.
Well, that's like James. He likes his oil like he's like his women, a little dirty. You know,
dirty
that's what
To be honest, I really wish, right, Trump would focus on domestic issues, right? I wish he would focus on getting rid of all the Muslims, right, that are like ruining like your cities, your states. But I really wish he would get rid of these Somalians, man, because I'm sick of looking. They all look like fucking ET.
They look crazy.
They're the ugliest, goofiest fucking people you've ever seen. They're like, and have you noticed they're going around saying they're not black now, and it's quality because all the blacks are turning on them.
Yeah,
like, you know,
hilarious.
Like,
I did not know that.
Black.
Well, they were all trying to. Well, they were trying to. They were trying to piggyback like the whole African American like slave experience and all that. So all the African American people got mad at him.
Did you see the one with the baseball? You done the picture, didn't you? Diddy, the one with the baseball cap. Did you see him? He's a cross between E.T. and P. Diddy. I mean, look at the state of him.
Well, yeah.
You just do not want people like that in your country, right?
Yeah.
Like, fucking getting with white women, diluting everything, ruining the fucking. It's like. Get them out, mate.
No, facts. And did you see that? I did a cartoon of a woman who did that press conference, and she said fraud is bad. And as soon as she said that, she she freaked out and ran away. But she had a 5-carat ring on, a 5-carat diamond ring. And she said, I need money for daycare. And then she said fraud is bad, and she like froze up because she realized what she said, and she ran off the podium. It was like the weirdest thing in the world. And
she saw the ring in the reflection of the camera.
I think that's what it was. Grass. I think she saw the ring when she said that in the monitor or something, and freaked out because she realized that she's saying fraud is bad while wearing a 5-carat diamond ring. Hilarious. It was fucking wild. And then the guy that James is talking about with that hat on, he was wearing like $2,300 glasses, like super the nice glasses or whatever. So yeah, man, and that's that's just the tip of the iceberg on the fraud. They're already finding those Somali daycares in other states. Not only that, but bro, wait till they come to California, man. California is probably the dirtiest dog outside of New York City that there is, man. So that's wild. John from the chat, he's out there doing whatever he's doing. Shout out to John. He says
he's doing a bit of taxi driving. The taxi driving DJ.
Yeah, the taxi driving DJ, John. He's out there making it happen. But he says going into Venezuela was basically a message to China and Russia. And, I know that China and Russia both, are going to be impacted by that. But did you see where Israel said we need to get a hold of Venezuela's resources, basically? And then the person that's supposed to succeed Maduro is a woman, and she says that they're going to move Venezuela's embassy to Jerusalem because she's very pro-Israel. And I thought that was interesting. So there's a lot of interesting components.
They never played the Team America theme tune, though, when they were doing this operation, I tell you.
Right.
I want to hear the fucking blast out the Team America theme tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you had. Did you guys see that picture of Netanyahu? He was he's staying at Mar-a-Lago, running around in his speedos.
Team America, lads.
Yeah, and so that was quite convenient. So I thought that was interesting. But go on, James. John, Grass. What you got?
Real quick, Ray. You don't think it's just for fucking? It's going to be an energy war next, right?
Yeah.
That's what's coming.
Yeah, I think it's
energy war.
Yeah, I think it's energy resources, energy and resources. The resources being maybe they got some lithium over there or rare metals or whatever.
They need to get enough energy to power these AI systems and stuff. That's why Elon Musk has a town in Texas.
Facts.
He also said something about trying to basically set up a Dyson sphere up in space.
Facts.
Where it's like a spinning fucking solar panel basically that he can just run all of his AI shit. So like I think it's going to be an energy war next. He's selling batteries right now to people. So like he's already in the mix of things and his energy company is skyrocketing while his other things are kind of starting to plateau. So like that's what I'm kind of thinking.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be an energy war, and I think they're fighting for these rare earth minerals and resources in order to run the AI data centers and all that. And all these AI data centers, I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking stacked 1,000 AI data centers right there in Venezuela. And plugged them right into the fucking raw oil.
You can do what the fuck you want. You're running it now.
Yeah. Black Candace Owens. Black Candace Owens. We got the black oil. We're going to run the
fucking country.
Yeah. And that was so funny when they asked Trump and he said, well, we're going to run it for a while. And I'm like, well, what? What? We're just going to go ahead and franchise Venezuela like that? Mr. Jiki from the chat, he says, Edmundo Gonzalez won the 2024 election. Why isn't he being put in power? Did he not kiss the stupid wall or something? I'm guessing he didn't kiss the wall, Mr. Jiki. I don't know.
All of this because Donald Trump didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize and that he's like, if I do this for you and install you as president, will you give me the Nobel Peace Prize? That's what you know.
Well, also not going to lie, we had that run on silver. Our economy's getting hammered, so nothing like a good war to kind of pull us out of the slump right there. DJ John out there working his day job, he says rare earth minerals are the new oil, and China is way ahead because of their Belt and Road Initiative in Africa. Colonization via infrastructure building instead of war. I agree with you, John. However, have you seen the updates about how the Belt and Road Initiative is basically falling apart because China can't build infrastructure? All their infrastructure sucks. It's all falling apart.
They have ghost cities, dude.
Yeah. All their shit's falling apart. They also they want the rare earth minerals, but the other thing about China is they're not really a threat because they can't build first generation microchips, processors. They can't build AI processors. And
they have robots, but they can't build the processors for the robots. That's fucking silly.
Right, they're an assembly. They're basically the poor man's assembly line, and everybody's moving out of China right now. Apple moved completely to India with all of the new iPhone and all that construction. Also, did you hear there's only one company? There's one company in the world that makes these AI machines that actually make the AI chips. And that one company, I believe, is in Denmark. And it's called ASW something. And they are the only ones who make the machines that actually make the AI processors, the AI chips. And everybody has to buy from them. So that's very interesting. And it takes them about 6 years to build a full line, in a factory to make these AI chips. And NVIDIA and all these guys, they buy from these people. They buy the machines from these people. So I'm just letting you guys know, guaranteed. I'll try to look up. I watched a video on it the other day, and it was fascinating.
AWS.
That's who it is.
Uranium?
That's who it is. Yeah, AWS something, and they make
Inferitina.
Something like that. I'll have to look.
The AI, right? All I want the AI to do is turn clothed women naked. Can't they just stick to that shit?
Bro,
that's all I want the AI to do.
Bro, that's such the biggest bullshit gimmick. They're doing that to make drive AI usage through the roof by having everybody say, "Oh, Grok, put me in a bikini. Oh, Grok, put me in a Spider-Man outfit." Have you guys seen that shit? Have you seen that?
We got a girl complaining over here. She wants like Grok, like curved and AI stopped, because they took a picture of her where she was fully clothed in a Union Jack dress, and then they put her in a bra and panties, and then they put her naked. Proper picture about it.
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of a big problem, because I saw some guys are...
That means it's really good, right? Because it got it accurate.
Well,
she was upset.
Yeah. Well, it probably made her look better, but no, there's a big... Yeah, I don't know why she's like, oh my God, but the problem is this, bro. Have you guys seen, there's people out there doing this with minors, and it's very disconcerting, like little people, like little minors, like kids.
Little people like midgets? No,
like kids. Well,
the
midgets don't mind as much as the kids, but yeah, they're doing it with like 3 and 4 and 5 year olds, and that's like all of a sudden a big issue. But yeah, it's kind of wild out there.
It's on X.
Yeah, it's on X. Yeah, why isn't
Elon Musk doing something about it? That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he bitch at Alex Jones about a millstone around somebody's neck, less harming children or shit? Like, what the fuck, Elon?
Yeah. No, facts. We got John in the chat. He says he follows a lot of tech news, and he says that China's making their own GPUs. China's actually made their own GPUs for a number of years, John. He still got it.
He's like fucking encyclopedia, man. I knew he'd be all over this. He knows all about all this stuff.
Yeah, he's still getting it in there. No, that's okay. That's what we're doing. They're going to take Taiwan.
He's taxing people around right now, and he's going, right, they're just sitting in the back, right, and they just want a bit of peace. And he's going, gee, do you know about Venezuela? Do you know about AI? Do you know about chips?
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, he's got his Uber right now, and he's got it all turned up, and the people are trying to talk, and he's like, hush. He's like, shh, be quiet. I'm trying to listen to this live stream. That's right. Shout out to John. But he says they're going to take over Taiwan, which is TSMC. Now, I know all about this too, John.
Over Taiwan, Trump.
Yeah. No, they're never going to take over Taiwan because they don't have a real navy, though, so don't worry about that. The other thing, too, is, John, they have been making all of their own GPUs, but they're always like 2 or 3 generations behind. It's because the Chinese society cannot have a 10-year plus a product line cycle based upon how their financing works in their Communist Party. They always have to have these 2 or 3 year turnarounds, and that they just lost over $1 trillion trying to get their own privatized GPUs with the first generation. I think it's like 5 nanometers or 4 nanometers right now. Might even be 2 nanometers, but they're not able to do it.
The collectivism I hear in New York. Collectivism's the new thing going on in New York with Mamdani, isn't it?
Oh yeah, with Mamdani. Yeah, I heard that. He wants to make it all fair and equal for everybody. And it makes me wonder: is that why they brought all the immigrants in there, is to scare out all the normal people? What do you think, Grass? Is that what's going on in New York?
Dude, that whole fucking thing is a goddamn mess in New York. Honestly, whenever I heard about that other news we were talking about earlier, I thought it was the mayor of New York that got arrested by the president and was fucking. It was Venezuela. Yeah, like I've been that disconnected from shit, but like the dude, oh my god, this guy is literally just like, oh no, yeah, I'm a socialist or communist or whatever, just hire me. It's fine. And everybody was like, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna hire him instead of the giant rat.
Yeah,
like.
No, facts.
What do you do, though, in New York? Like, if you live in New York, what the fuck do you do?
9/11 guy, didn't he? He hired the 9/11 lawyer who defended the terrorists.
Yeah. And when I've seen people doing on the street interviews, and they're interviewing New Yorkers. I watched that one guy. What's that one guy that catches all the people with the scams? And he went there. That Nick Searcy guy or whatever with that just did the.
They hate him now because he's a fucking Mormon. They fucking hate his ass.
Oh yeah, did you hear about that? Yeah, he's a Mormon. They're all mad. They think he's like an Israeli plant or something. But he went to New York and he showed all of the immigrants, the Kenyans and the Nigerians doing the selling the fake goods on the street, all over the streets. And they were all trying to fight him and stuff because he had a camera, and they told him he couldn't film, and it was wild, bro. So that's what's going on in New York. It's just. I think what happens is the real estate people use these homeless people and these little gangs to push the residents out so they can buy the land for pennies and then build huge condominiums and huge skyscrapers. And I think that's what's going to happen in the next 5 years in New York.
That's true, but also there's also like a whole business in homelessness. To have homeless people around, like they just make money and generate money off of them and shit.
No,
dude. Like,
facts.
It's bad. Like there's clinics and shit that are there just to make money for the people that set them up. They're not there to help anybody. It's a fucking mess. Like we'd be here all night just pointing out all the issues with New York. There was a whole fucking movie called Escape from New York, right? Like that's the whole point. Yeah. Like it's bad.
No, you're 100% right. And California's right up. What'd you say, James?
Because he pretends to be poor, right? The one thing I hate, right? We've got plenty of poor people in the fucking world. There's plenty of poor people in this country, right? But the worst type of person is a rich, affluent person who pretends to be poor and one of you. And he's got all the poor people in New York to go, vote for me. I'm one of you. Socialism, collectivism is the way. You vote for me, I give you free stuff. And I'm like, dude, did you see your fucking wife at the inauguration?
Right.
Like $1,000 boots on. She was dripping in jewelry and ferns. He's got a fucking piece of shit who's getting sworn in on the
peacock then? Like,
bro, grass, because that's their moment. She's got to get her clout. Clout rules over everything. You know what I'm saying? She's got to get out there.
He should have turned up in a paper bag and he should have had a $50 suit in. Mr. Fucking
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude, you should show up and act like you're poor if you're going to fucking pretend to be poor. Holy fuck, don't break character in public.
Yeah, facts.
God, are you retarded? Sorry, I am trying to not take your channel away with bad words. Get fired.
Yes, they are retarded. To answer your question, bro, this is their moment. They live their whole life for this. So the woman's like, I'm gonna wear my $1,000 boots, and the man's like, I'm gonna put on my Rolex and show everybody how important I am. But they all do. They all do double speak, man. They're all moral relativists. You know what I mean? They're not moral absolutists.
That's bull crap too.
It is bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Bring back the Italians. That's what I say. Bring back the Cuomo boys.
Yeah, we should,
dude. At this point.
Yeah, right.
Bring back. I want to see fucking the giant Q-tip make a comeback, mate.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If I'm gonna get
batting away immigrants with it.
Well, if I'm gonna get fucked, at least I wanted some French fries and a hamburger with it. You know what I mean? When he did the vaccine and he said, "I'll give you a free hamburger and French fries," at least give me some dinner, right? Mr. Geeky in the chat, he says, "Facts, James. I hate these multimillionaire politicians pointing out the evil billionaires." That's like Bernie Sanders. Every time he runs for something, he buys another house. Have you guys noticed that? He buys another beachfront house. Yeah, fuck this guy, man. And don't even get me started on California. They just found out that, all of the aid that was given to the homeless people, supposedly, was like $80,000 a year for every homeless person, went to buy them yachts and cars and mansions for the people doing it. We have homeless people everywhere, and our roads suck. Everything's terrible here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, roads got so bad at some point that, like, pizza restaurants and shit were fixing the roads instead of the actual government. What the fuck is the point of paying taxes at that point?
Yeah, it's the same thing as what's the point of working when you got Somalis opening daycares that have no kids and like one guy. How does one Somali, or even like aftercare, for the elderly? One guy owns like 11 aftercare programs. And how does one guy own 11 aftercare programs? And not only that, he was already convicted of fraud, and he's going to trial, but he opened a different LLC name, and he's doing the same exact thing. And then he put it in his wife's name so that the government can't take it away. And they're like, oh, we can't do anything about it. We have to, go through the process. It's like, what the hell's going on? Meanwhile, if Professor Grass over there, if you skip like, a little, certificate or $100 on your taxes, they're fucking going to audit your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, look what they did to Whistling Diesel. They fucking
went
straight after his ass whenever he didn't pay his sales tax in a state that he never got a bill for.
Yeah. No, facts, 100%. So, it's all bullshit. It's all enrichment. And it's like, when is this whole thing going to crumble? I was just down in San Diego the other day. It looks horrible down there. San Diego used to be a beautiful city, but no longer is it beautiful. So, we got a DJ John. He's got in the chat. He says, very recently, though, China just released something that can compete with the NVIDIA 5080, which is the second most powerful consumer GPU. They're getting there slowly but surely. Their big issue is drivers. Disagree, John. Everything,
by John.
Yeah,
There's
everything.
A triangle there.
The thing
NVIDIA,
yeah.
And fuck, I just had it and I just lost it. My bad. It's 3 different companies though, and they're
AMD.
all tossing money to each other.
Is it AMD maybe?
It's NVIDIA and then that AI company, Entropic.
Oh, but no. The thing is, John, you can't believe anything they do. China lies about everything. They lie about everything. They poise, they peacock, they grandstand, and everything ends up being a lie. And I even think, personally, China is a CIA satellite state like North Korea. I don't even think it's a real state, its own entity. I think it's ran by CIA or another black group from America. Honestly, I'm being dead serious.
I found the triangle I was talking about, Ray. It's Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Entropic. Entropic is a Chinese run AI system. That's what Claude is.
You run dim sum company?
Dim sum. I do love dim sum.
It's something very close to that, actually.
No, but it's true. Do you remember that? What was that other open AI that they had? It was Deep Blue or something like that, and it turned out to be a complete scam. Like it came.
Deep Blue, the chess player.
No, it was an AI thing, and it was like it was supposed to rival Chat. Yeah, DeepSeek or something like that.
Yeah,
it was supposed to rival ChatGPT, and they, for a month there, everybody was all hype about it, but then it turned out it was just a regurgitation of an old ChatGPT format. Also, bro, all they try to do is steal from whatever's over in America. Like, who was that person that Twitter guy that downloaded the entire Grok algorithm and then tried to go to China with it or something like that? So that. Yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, that's what's going on. It's not none of it's. They don't do their own R&D. They can't. It's impossible the way their society is set up. What they do is they just do these crazy propaganda films, and maybe they'll get one device perfect, but they can't make them at scale. They just can't. John says Claude is American. OpenAI is the 4th company involved in that. DeepSeek is the Comes one. I'm not sure what he means by Come. Maybe it's a typo.
He's doing all this nerd shit. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's driving. He's probably yelling at his. No, he's yelling at his phone right now. He's like, "No, that's James. Fuck you, Ray. Fuck you. That's not how it is." He's got his people in the back, and they're all freaked out because he's all mad. No, I'm kidding.
Like he's a self-drive car or something. Like Johnny.
Yeah, facts. But but this whole Venezuelan thing is wild, man. And all of a sudden, just for him to go on like the 3rd day of the year or 2nd day of the year, bombs the shit out of them,
This is what I hope. I hope he puts one of his idiot sons in charge. I hope he puts Baron Trump in charge of Venezuela.
No, I hope he puts Don Jr. in charge with cowboy boots.
Okay, John's right about it being OpenAI. It's 7 former employees of OpenAI, right?
Yeah.
But then a majority stakeholder is Amazon. I got it mixed up with a different AI company. My bad. So it's Amazon, NVIDIA, and Microsoft is that triangle that I was talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And these are the companies that are doing sophisticated nudes.
Yeah, right. Isn't that strange how like AI, the main thing that they're marketing to the public is nudes? You can make anybody naked. You can put anybody's face on that porno. Isn't that weird? That they're creating this this solution that's like nobody asked for.
It's because every technological advancement that we've ever had is because of naked people.
Well, that's true. That porn definitely invented the internet. That no doubt about that.
Porn invented the internet. The first face-to-face was a dude wanting to see a chick's tits.
Well, tits are pretty good, bro. Have you seen them?
Dude, I'm not even lying, dude. The first uploaded video was porn. Like, it's always drove technology forward.
Well, I think, a lot of people don't understand that.
Grass is not telling you is he wanted to see his mum's tits.
I doubt that.
All I heard was mom tits and depends.
The crazy thing about that is no, that's facts. Is that that kind of stuff does promote. That's why Ethernet was what would they call it? Open source. So that everybody could figure out how to make that porn work. Whereas Ethernet could have been patented, but it wasn't. And that's why Cat 5 took off so much. And then, of course, we're on Cat 6, maybe even Cat 7 now. I don't know. I don't track it that much anymore. But that's all facts. But, it's interesting how technology changes, but people don't, right? We're still horny. We still want to see tits. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of my point. I've
never matured.
No, you have matured. A mature person wants to see tits.
Yeah, you're frying your taste a little bit. You don't just go after every tits. You go after nice tits.
Yeah, exactly. An indication of...
I'm going to be looking for that Scarlet later. I'm going to be going, what's going on?
Well, I mean, she is everywhere. I think Virgie posted her or somebody posted the link to her stuff in Virgie's chat the other day. So, I know it's definitely out there. But... no, everybody, being able to reproduce is a state of maturity. And everybody wants to reproduce, right? That's basically what we're talking about, a sex drive. The male sex drive pushes everything forward in all of society. And I would say, prove me wrong on that. Grass, what do you think?
Oh, no, yeah, that's fucking, why did we make castles and shit to protect the kids? Where did the kids come from?
Yeah.
Procreating. So, boners power fucking damn near everything.
Oh, I love that. Boner power. We need some of that boner energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect, so getting plenty of practice.
I agree with that.
100%, dude.
I agree with that. And that's interesting too, because I was watching a couple of these other YouTube channels. Like I watch a couple like Alexander Grace. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he talks about feminism and the female impact on society. And there was a recent video that was put out about there was this female this lady who stood up, and she was a psychologist or something like that, and she talked about how the feminization of all of society, and especially academia, has completely changed. I think, did you freeze it? Hold on, I gotta fix this real quick. Are you back? Say something, James. Are you back? Okay, hold on, I gotta remove this real quick. But she was saying how, the feminization of academia has really impacted society and changed how society works. And I couldn't agree with her more. And it's made it more of a, I think you're back now. And I think it's made it more of a totalitarian situation, because feminism brings in the totalitarian nature of women, where they want it this way and that way, but they don't want men to have any kind of choice or agency or anything like that. They want to be catered to. I've even seen. Wait, hold on. Are you back? Let me see. Say something, James. No, for some reason the audio didn't come back. Let me fix that real quick. Let me try it one more time. Yeah, I still got to remove my driver here, or my OBS, and reinstall it. All right, how's that, James? No, it's not working. Let me do a new one. Hold on, people. Sorry about this.
It's like his audio source is switching on the fly.
All right, you're back now. Okay, you're good now. It's crazy. I don't know what happens. I think it's a buffer that overflows, and then it crashes my audio source. And it happens about this time, about an hour and a half into every stream. That's why that's one of the reasons why I have to uninstall my my OBS and reinstall it. I've just been so busy lately with the new year and everything. But but what do you think about that? All that feminization. What do you think, Grass? What's going on with that? Is that true? Has the feminization of academia made a negative impact upon the masculine culture of America? Or is this by design? Is this by design?
Well, think about this, dude. And this is kind of going on a little rabbit hole or whatever, but how feminism started was because of cigarette companies that were getting together, and they were being like, hey, so we can kind of brainwash women into thinking that they're free if they go smoke more cigarettes because sales are down, boys. We got to get another market. So they go after the women market, and then boom, all of a sudden, torches of freedom outside. They're all smoking and doing this whole campaign.
Yeah,
and then that's after all of this happens and stuff in society, you know, that think about what cigarettes are. They're kind of masculine, you know, it burns. It's kind of stampers out your hunger so you get more shit done, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the opposite. So it's kind of like taking something good and twisting it. That's what evil is, right?
Yeah.
So like it's like doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, and of course
making feminism a thing.
Yeah, you're talking about the Torches of Freedom, and by Edward Bernays. He made that happen, and he's supposedly the grandfather of propaganda. And he was a psychological he was a psychologist, and he did what is it? Macro psychology or sociology, and how to program and make people want things or move them around, and he basically introduced the modern type of advertising where they try to manipulate you instead of just trying to sell you something. And
Kellogg.
Yeah, and by doing the Torches of Freedom, they basically said that men were withholding something from women that women deserve to have, and trigger their jealousy. And of course, they all went out there and picked up cigarettes, and just like they did with radium when they tried to whiten their teeth, if you heard about that one, and they all got bone cancer and all that kind of stuff supposedly.
I have not heard of that one.
Yeah, that was in like that was sometime in pre or World War II era, and radium was this chemical that they would paint the weapons dashboards in like aircraft and vehicles with, so it glowed in the dark. And the women
put it on your teeth. Why not?
They would paint their teeth with it so that their teeth would be whiter, and it would whiten them, and they would glow in the dark, and they would smile at night. And then apparently
it works.
Yeah, apparently the bone cancer is what stopped them from doing it, and apparently that was a bad thing. But
get a couple of black friends, it'll be just as easy.
Yeah, you got a couple of black friends.
That's true, dude.
They do glow in the dark. They're smiling. They got especially the Nigerian ones. They have some bright smiles. Carrie C knows what I'm talking about.
When they're going, E.T., go home, Somalia, go home.
Yeah, Carrie C said it happened there in New Jersey, and they were called the Radium Girls. Yeah, facts. And so that's wild. And they would even do like watch dials with it, and so it would glow in the dark or whatever.
The watch is fine. Maybe external use only, though. You know.
Well, and also it caused a lot of birth defects. You know, and similar. The similar thing happened too when I think DuPont invented that non-stick stuff, whatever that was. That
this fucking not cellophane. That's
yeah, the non-stick stuff in the pans or whatever, and I think that also caused birth defects. But don't pay any attention to that, people. Right? Keep going. There was we'll have to do a whole conversation about that. Carrie says it was in Gloucester City, New Jersey, and has a lot of leftover radium still sticking around. I bet they got some white teeth over there. Is that true? Yeah. So I mean,
it's not really an issue in England. You know what I'm saying? More yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up? Okay, now James.
Oh God, be a yellow tinted glow.
Now, what's up with British people's teeth, James? Is it because they drink a lot of tea? Like, what? How come their teeth are all yellow?
Yeah, I think it's the tea, coffee, probably something to do with the tap water. You don't really drink tap water over there, do you? Like water out of tap?
Well, no, our tap water is usually pretty good, but no, I have a filter. A lot of people have filters because the tap water's gotten bad. The tap water used to be good. Like when you go to Hawaii, the tap water's excellent. But tap water, yeah. But they put a whole bunch of bullshit in the tap water, like, all of that stuff to make you stupid. So you got to filter all that out. But no, I was going to say, Carrie C in the chat says, you have good teeth, James. James got good teeth. So are you a spy? That's what Carrie just asked. Are you a spy, James?
Well, you can't be as successful with the women as I am if you got bad or crooked teeth, can you? I mean,
no. Now there is a lot of fucked up teeth in England. How come they don't do braces? Do they not care about that? Is it what's the thought?
Because of with our medicine, isn't it? We have the National Health Service. Like it's like you'd have to pay for it, wouldn't you? And like a lot of people can't afford to pay for like medical care or medicine or stuff like that, because the economy and because they're poor and stuff like that. I mean, we were talking about, weren't we, when you said, I was going, well, how much, when you had to have your stuff done, how much did it cost? You know what I mean? It's like, you were saying it cost like hundreds of thousands of pounds, and I'm like, fucking hell, mate. Over it.
Yeah, no, braces here are covered by dental care, but if you don't, they're like $10,000 to $20,000. So they're really expensive. So that's super fucked up. So that they have to the national, what is it, NHS? Is that what it's called over there?
National Health Service.
Yeah, they say that braces is a cosmetic thing. So everybody's got to roll around with fucked up teeth. The ripoff verse says, "There's nothing wrong with British people's teeth, and if you want to keep all of yours, you'll mind your manners." All right.
Oh man.
I thought it was they just kept their wisdom teeth and it just fucked all the rest of the teeth up.
Bro, I still have my wisdom teeth. I got all mine. My teeth are too, man. Yeah. But
nice.
No, they got fucked up teeth over there. But do they also have fucked up teeth in Scotland? James, do they have fucked up teeth in Scotland, or is it only an English thing?
What's the diet? What's the diet in Scotland? Iron brew and fried Mars bars. You know what I mean? It's like fucking hell, mate. It's pretty grim up there. I tell you, do Google Glasgow and Glaswegians, right? And you'll find little gnome type people with no teeth in their head. It's funny. They're a weird bunch over there.
Ripoffer says he's English. He's from Nottingham. Yeah, but Ripoffer, do Scottish people have fucked up teeth? I'm just curious. What's the story? James, you're saying they do have fucked up teeth over there? They don't do the braces either.
I think it's kind of like it's overblown, right? It's overblown because a lot of the people now are really into their looks. We got a lot of the e-celebs and stuff like that. They have the teeth whitening. They're permanently tanned, even though the weather's shit over here. So they like their look. So a lot of it's overblown. But a lot of the old school people that are in their like 50s, 60s, 70s, they probably got a bit dodgy teeth.
Yeah, Mr. Jiggy's got a question for you, James. He says, is eye care and dinner included in healthcare in England?
Eye care? No. No. Like you have to get like
no. You have to pay for your own glasses.
Yeah, my mum's got has to pay for her own glasses, and she's had to wear glasses since she was a kid. So she'll have to pay. She pays for an eye test every year, so she'll get an eye test, and then she'll have to pay for her glasses, whatever they cost. They'll be like whether they're a couple of £100 or 500 or grand or whatever. She'll have to pay for them out of her own pocket. You know what I mean?
Now,
maybe if you're on a certain maybe if you're on government assistance. Maybe you could get it for free.
Oh, so all the immigrants get it for free.
Oh my God!
they'll get paid.
What about the dental? Is the dental included, James? Like if you get a cavity or something,
I think up to about while you're at school, so like 16 or 18. But after that, you have to pay for your own dental care.
Right, and I guess what if it only does cavities and stuff? What if you need like a crown or something, or a root canal? Does it cover that or?
No, you'd have to pay for it out of your own pocket unless you got private dental care. You take out private dental care like you take out private medical care. You're going to be fine because we do have private, but we really. If you talk about like the left in this country, like Labour, the Greens, Liberal Democrats, the thing about our country and what we're most proud of is the NHS. They fiercely defend it. So they do not want private health care to become the standard in this country. They don't want it.
Is it true that English people chew on rocks?
Yes, that is true.
All right.
If you go to the seaside, there's a thing called rock, right?
Yeah.
It's a stick of rock.
Yeah.
So Google a stick of rock. It's like a long candy, sweet candy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we chew on sticks of rock. We
sticks
don't
of rock.
chew on rocks.
Yeah. Cade the Todd said he just got a new front tooth and it was $1,000 not covered. Cade the Todd, are you in England too, Cade the Todd? And also, is it a implant? Is it a veneer? What is it? Let me know. Let's see what we got.
You got to get a gold tooth to be a real tough man. If you want to be a tough guy, if you want to be a Dabbleverse tough guy, right? You've got to at least have one gold tooth.
Yeah. No, it's facts. You gotta have gold teeth. In fact, I intend to get a whole grill. Grass, are you gonna get a grill of gold teeth? I think I heard you talking about that.
I was thinking about going old wood teeth, you know,
wood
like
teeth.
Nice wood
Yeah,
teeth.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Ripoffer says no, it's overblown. He worked in the U.S. he's worked in the U.S. all of his life, and it's more of a cultural norm to aspire to movie star teeth as the baseline. In the U.K., as long as the kids' teeth are healthy and strong, you're good. That makes sense. Yeah, we definitely have a Hollywood culture over here in America, and bro, especially the women, dog. They gotta have their teeth perfect.
Who is it that keeps dogging me about my teeth? Was it Jewish? She's always like dogging me. So it must be like a thing in America that's
Your
been
teeth aren't
drummed
even
in.
that bad, James. What?
Yeah, I mean,
English and British people's teeth are bad. So it must be something that's like ingrained in American culture about the English. Like you all think our food's shit, don't you? So our food's shit.
At first glance, your food is shit, though, James. To be completely fair, at first glance, it is. Like there was that green fucking stew. It was like mash, and then like they had this green sauce, and I had to ask you what the fuck that was. And after you were like, "Oh, it's parsley sauce," I was like, "Okay, that sounds delicious." You know, at first glance,
pie mash is like the king of dishes. You can't get better than pie mash.
That's what I'm saying, dude. At first glance, it's just like, okay, whatever. That looks kind of bland and gross. And then you try it, and you're like, "Okay, this is actually pretty tight." You know?
Yeah. Well, it's because they got that cold weather over there. They gotta that's like comfort food. They gotta stay warm. K the Todd says he's in
like stew and dumplings, pie mash, roast dinner.
Yeah. Do you guys? Is there a lot of fat women over there, James? Or I think with the food, I mean,
all fat.
Portly.
bro, we got a lot of fat women here too, dog. Not gonna lie. K the Todd says he is an American and the insurance didn't cover his front teeth, and it is an implant. Okay, cool. The insurance company's front teeth are cosmetic. Wow, that's retarded, bro. They should have covered that. I know implants ain't cheap, man. They can be as much as like a couple grand. An implant is when they they mount a screw into the bone, and then they fabricate you a tooth, and they screw the tooth or attach it somehow onto that implant. So it's like you're
another reason you don't want to get in unnecessary fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then thank you, James. You just brought us full circle. Kay the Todd, did you get your tooth knocked out in a street fight? Everybody wants to know. I'm sure he probably didn't. I was just being funny. But that's crazy that the insurance companies would think that that's cosmetic. That's retarded. When you know that everybody that's coming here immigration-wise or in prison, they're all getting their teeth taken care of. So why can't you get your teeth taken care of? That's nuts, bro. That is nuts.
Teeth, they look like piano keys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. And then Somali teeth look crazy. Yeah, they got some crazy teeth. I was just drawing some the other night. I was doing a little bit of a character.
When you're an artist and you get to draw a Somalian or you get to draw a Ugandan and their head looks like an hourglass.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, Grass, I feel a little bit bad.
Like a fucking head coming out of a genie lamp.
Yeah, or like some coming out of a birth canal or something, bro. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. But I feel kind of bad about it, but I don't want to be, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but I got to represent them what they look like, and I got to make it cartoony.
If somebody comes by and they're like, "Oh, hey, I noticed this is a Somalian," then you did a good job. Fuck everybody's feelings about it. You did a good job. If somebody walks by and they're like, "Oh, that's a Chinese person," I understand that is a Chinese person.
Facts, exactly. They got slanted eyes. That's not racist.
Best, like Tintin in Africa, like Hergé, like Tintin. He did the best racist, like. Tintin
facts.
in Africa is so funny.
But bro, all the old school stuff is awesome when it comes to racism. And you know what? It's no big deal. If you can laugh it off, you're not really racist. It doesn't matter. Cade the Todd says he got in a fight with the metal pipe and he fell onto it and knocked his tooth out. Bro, that sucks. Hope you get to feeling better, bro. Hope it's all taken care of because I hate when that happens. But that's what I'm saying.
It's a pain in the ass.
Oh man, I hate tooth stuff, bro. I hate getting my tooth worked on. That's one of the things I hate the most. And I hate it too because they always put that paper in your mouth and they're like tap tap tap. then you go home and you're like, fuck, it's not right, and you have to go back, and oh man, I hate all that stuff. So James, have you ever had any bad dental experiences, or are they mostly good?
Well, yeah, mostly good. I've never really had
Mostly
any,
good.
for an Englishman, I've never really had anything wrong with my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm the exception to the rule, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All my teeth, you know, haven't really had any knocks out, even in fights, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
handsome,
Yeah.
still what the women want, you know what I mean? It's all
Yeah,
good.
I feel you. Yeah, you look great. But I got in a car wreck, and I got a couple of these back here knocked out when I hit the windshield. What about you, Grass? Have you ever had any bad dental experiences?
I had a weird one. I don't know if it was bad. Whenever I got my wisdom teeth taken out,
Yeah.
they gave me two options, and I'm a poor guy, so I took the cheaper option.
Okay.
I didn't care what it was.
What were the options?
And, it was knock me out or
Okay.
just shoot the numbing agent in my gums.
Okay.
And then
did they tell you what the
CO2.
price difference? What was the price difference in that?
It was like fucking $500 difference.
Okay. Okay.
So I was like, fuck that. I'm going to save $500 today.
Right.
Kind of glad I
okay.
did because it was kind of wild. Because
Oh wow.
he put me under whatever, put me in the stuck me with the needles. They were fucking long as hell into my gums.
Yeah.
And then he hit me with the gas, and the gas was like laughing gas. So I'm not going to be knocked out, but I'm just going to be in a goofy state or whatever.
Yeah.
And he walks off, and I guess he noticed that I smoked weed because he was like, "Hey man, I'm going to leave this on for a little bit longer because you smell a little bit like weed." And I'm like, "All right." And he just like left the room for a little bit and came back. And when he came back with his nurses with him. There's two nurses with him, and they were like bullshitting just about like Saturday Night Live and shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, just a day in the office, dude. They popped the hood, fucking pulled out. I swear to God, dude, to this day, I still see a crowbar. He pulled out a crowbar thing and like yanked out the back part of my tooth and ripped it. I heard a crack.
Oh.
And I was like, and he's like, it's all cool. It's all cool. You're good. And he's just like, you watch Saturday Night Live? And I'm like, because I had like, you know, the mouth guard on.
Yeah.
And he's just like trying to bullshit with me the whole time. And I'm just like looking at him like, you know, I can't talk right now, right?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of busy and you're kind of busy. But, it was
And
a
I'm
wild
high.
experience, dude. Like
Yeah.
I was already kind of high because I was nervous, you know,
Yeah.
and then they hit me with the CO2 and numbed my mouth. So I didn't feel anything, but I heard everything.
Oh man.
And like when they're drilling and when they're cracking, it's fucking crazy shit.
That's torture, dog. Wow, that's crazy. What were you saying, James? You say something?
No, I can't remember. I'm on
No,
my mind. It ain't what it used
Just
to
something
be.
like
You know?
Shaggy or something.
Yeah. No. I think.
His avatar, he looks a bit like Shaggy. I don't know if that's how he looks in real life. You know, you can kind of tell, like, you can kind of tell a stoner dude, can't you? They're a bit like, "I burnt the phone in here."
Well,
Hey, man,
also his name's Professor Grass, so that's kind of a giveaway too. But no.
Did you see Anthony Joshua got discharged? That lucky bastard, eh?
Yeah. Oh, bro. I think, bro, it's all fake, dog. It's all fake. I think it's all fake, man.
The driver's been charged with vehicular manslaughter or murder or something, isn't he? His two pals are ended up dead, and he's barely got a scratch on him. Fuck
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I think all that was fake. It's too coincidental. Who was charged with manslaughter? I thought they just lost a wheel or hit a wheel or something, or hit
I
a
think
car.
the driver.
I thought they hit a parked car. The dead driver?
No, I don't know. I heard some driver. I haven't really been following that bit, but I heard someone got charged with vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, bro. I don't know.
I don't know whether that was the driver of Anthony Joshua's car or the car that they went into. I don't fucking know, but
Yeah, bro, it's all sketchy, especially when they start saying the 33 all the time. You know, they put the 33 in all the headlines with, you know, Anthony Joshua competed in front of 33 million people. You know, I think that's just a code to tell everybody that it's staged. All the people in the secret societies.
Like 30 that's happened post the Jake Paul fight. Ben Askren, something happened to Ben Askren and something happened to someone else. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like after a Jake Paul fight.
Bro, I'm telling you, once you go...
33 thing.
Oh, yeah, bro. Grass, keep an eye out for the 33. They signal everybody. They signal to their own groups that when there's like they'll put like 33 in the title of a news clipping to let their own group know that that's them doing the thing.
Whoa.
And, yeah, the Masons or whatever the secret society is, the Knights of Malta, the Rosicrucians, whoever it is, doing
Some
their
secret motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, they're running it. They're running the op or whatever it is. You know, they're social engineering or whatever. That's 100% what it is. But yeah, that's super weird. Super weird. But yeah, how do you go through a car crash? He comes out of the car buck-ass naked, basically in underwear. His two friends in the front are dead, and he's unscratched in the back seat. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. Is he back in England, James? Is he back?
I don't know. He seems to be like a full-time Nigerian now, doesn't he? Like the fight with the flag, and he was over in Nigeria when it happened. I mean, this is what gets me about all these people, right? They come over to this country, right, and the country gives them everything. And when they get everything, they just fuck off and then slag off the country that's given them everything. It was like I was saying with what's happening to your country and my country, right? If their countries are so good and not a living shithole, they wouldn't want to live over here. And they never come over and assimilate and spread out and become part of English or British or UK culture or American culture. They basically just go to a place like Michigan and the Muslims take over. They go to a place like Minnesota and they turn it into little Somalia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people, they are the bane of everyone's life because they refuse to assimilate. They take it over and they make everything. They come from a shithole country and make our country shit.
But James, that's an invasion.
Facts. Shout out to Pat in the chat. She says, "What's up to everybody?" John, he's coming in and he says, DJ John, he says, they have a lot of secret numbers: 33, 11, 9, 360, 666, 66, and 2/3. There are tons of secret numbers.
I didn't look into numerology, to be honest, man. I know that's a thing, but I never looked into that. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, even if you don't believe in it, their group does believe in it, and they communicate with numerology through the news and the media that's how they get the message out to their affiliate channels and their franchises, their McDonald's and their Burger Kings.
You think they would hit me up to become in their secret sex societies, but no one hits me up.
Where the fuck is my invite?
Love
bro, you, James, never change.
James, that's facts, but they have a rule, and one of the rule is that they don't proselytize. You have to seek it out yourself. They cannot invite you into the secret society. You have to.
I want the top guy to come and tell me that I'm in the secret sex society, the black tie event. This is the whole idea about getting big on the internet. I want to become a corrupt fucker. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on.
Yeah, but
start inviting me to all the weird and wonderful parties, legitimate parties, not the fucking non-legitimate. But I want to be like, invite me to the Eyes Wide Shut parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, all the parties are like that, and then they get wild and crazy after midnight. You know what I'm saying? They have fondue, and they're all like rich. They got their champagne, and then after midnight comes on, and Diddy does the hand clap, they bring out the baby oil and all the other shit, and they're like, "All right, let's go."
I want to be invited to
lights and baby oil
parties.
Yeah, no, I've been to a couple of those Eyes Wide Shut parties in my time, and they're different, bro. They're a different.
My eyes won't be shut. My eyes will be like this. Whoa.
Yeah. No, and all the people's eyes, they were.
Every door. I'll be going, can I come in and join in? Hey, can I come in and join in?
Well, some of those doors, are the gay doors and all that kind of stuff. So
some are like, yeah, come on in.
I didn't mean to go in there. I was in there for 2 hours by accident.
I was just watching. I was curious.
I was taking notes. Yeah, you don't want to go in the Diddy door. That's the back door. You got to watch out for that one. You know what I mean? Yeah, John says they also communicate with colors and symbols. Yeah, that's true. This is a whole big thing.
I knew about this.
Yeah, how is John doing that? Even from he's driving around in his taxi and he's still doing it, man. He's still taking the piss out of us.
He's killing my fantasies of Venezuelan women right now. It's terrible.
No, they have some good parties down there in Venezuela. I heard that when Shah.
I don't want to go to those donkey parties. I don't want anything to do with those. No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But I heard that when, Hugo Chavez and Maduro, they were in power, that, like, women started prostituting themselves out. And, like, I heard that the whole thing went, like, tits up. And it's crazy, which is wild since they have the most oil. How are they suppressed and kept poor that long? But, yeah, that's crazy, man.
I want to go to the parties where you don't shake people on the hands, shake the women on the tits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do?
So, okay, so I'll tell you about this.
How do you do?
Yeah, there was this one party that I went to, and it was in this huge mansion. And everybody wore those masks, and they were all in their outfits and their tuxedos and stuff like that. And then right at midnight, the women, like, just stripped buck-ass naked. And the guys were still in their tuxedos. And then the guys just, as the night went on, progressively got more and more naked, bro. It was a crazy party, and we'll talk more about it when we have more time.
Sneak being sexy, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird.
I think guy waiting.
No, I think it's because women are very exhibitionist, about their bodies, and they're like, oh, look what I got. Whereas all the men, they weren't like in the best shape, so they're kind of like, can we still fuck with my like jacket on? Is that okay? Can I still keep my tie on? And and so it's kind of like as
Steam brand cameras.
Yeah, as they get more drugged up and more liquored up, more of their clothes came off or whatever.
They're like fat and out of shape, but they're incredibly confident. Some of these guys, they just rip the clothes off, and it's like because they're like these rich, eccentric people. They don't give a fuck, do they? They play by their own rules.
Well, I think it's also because they haven't
Bill Gates getting naked. Ugh.
Yeah, like you think about Harvey Weinstein, bro. Apparently he had a micro penis. Everybody probably kissed his ass and said, "Oh no, it's pretty big. It's not that small." And so they got this echo chamber that's always telling them how great they are, even though they're not great at all. And I think that's what happens, I mean, if you've got Cameron Diaz or like Jennifer Lawrence down there sucking you off, telling you got a good dick, aren't you gonna believe them? You know what I'm saying?
That's some good psychology there, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like,
trick your mind into anything at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You got, if you got Selma Hayek down there doing whatever she's doing, and you're like, okay, I guess I do have that thing. You know what I mean? I think I would probably believe her. And then until that one day when it comes crashing down, and everybody says, "No, bro, you got a micro penis. Go back in prison, dog."
That's the problem with these women. They never shut their mouths, can they? Ugh.
I mean, and that's normally the way it is. We got shout out to Naimus. She had a Venezuelan roommate. All the young ones had to flee the country, while some of the older relatives had to stay back and take care of the grandma. Yeah, man, it was a very bad situation in Venezuela for the younger people, especially the women. I heard they were going like right across the border and like prostituting themselves to the states across the border and stuff like that. They devalued their money like crazy, man. They were carrying like their money.
Trump's making a visit to Venezuela real soon.
Well, no, yeah, that whole Epstein Trump, yeah.
Donald Trump wants to pick it a bunch, mate, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, facts. No, I'm happy that the people. I hate to see people in misery, and at the same time, America, we've had our nose in the Central America, for a long time, going all the way back to what was that the Banana Republic that we were running down there. The CIAs were basically running the countries down there to make bananas and stuff like that, well, so to speak. That was back in the 1900s or something like that.
Oh, for Chiquita?
Yeah, for Chiquita. Yeah. They were running all kinds of stuff down there, like and also the trading companies and stuff like that. So those poor people, they've been through the ringer. Oh, then we had all of that. What was that? That whole arms thing that we did with the CIA down there and. The Panamanian, the Sandinistas, and then Panama and all that. So yeah, we've been. I just hope. I just hope that they're okay, and that I hope it gets better for them. But bro, I gotta be like, what the hell, But what the hell is going on with Trump? Just all of a sudden, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run, Venezuela. We're gonna step right in and run that, and at the same time, can't get the Somalis out of Minnesota. That's just as wild. But we're coming up to the end of the second hour, so we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon, guys. Think about what you want to say when we bounce out of here. I'm going to check back in with the chat. Shout out to Kay the Todd. Pat, shout out to you. DJ John, I hope your taxi service is going great today. Namus, thanks for popping on, man. I sure appreciate that. Good to see you. If you guys don't know, she's a VTuber. She does great stuff on her channel. She's also an animator and quite the artist. So appreciate having her around. Ripoff first, shout out to you, bro.
It's
Mr.
not
G.
making animations about me.
Yeah,
The younger, more handsome Jacob Statham. Come on, let's get it done.
No, she actually makes great stuff. She's making a Chomp Chomp animation for me right now. She does stuff for different people. Maybe I'll talk to her about making one of you, James. That'd be actually pretty funny. Mr. Jiki, shout out. Ripoff first, shout out to you, bro. And everybody else who watched. Thanks for stopping by. Dickington Post, shout out to you, dog. Can't leave you out of there. We got Professor Grass in the chat. Now we got him on stream. So, Professor Grass, what are your final thoughts as we wrap it up?
Man, protect your neighborhoods. All the shit's local. Try to make sure that whatever you're letting your kid grow up around is good. And all the rest of it can go in the garbage bin. Take a green pill and relax.
Facts. And for those of you who watch Professor Grass on his channel on YouTube, I'll put the link down in the description. He's on all the time, and you talk about obviously weed, but also the green pill, which is what, Professor Grass?
It's kind of like philosophy. It's the third choice. You can know that all this terrible shit's going on, that there's also, the other side to it where you can kind of relax and, like I said, think locally. And if you do get engaged locally, you start growing your own vegetables and shit. That's another thing I'm trying to cover more of, is like self-sustaining vegetation and shit, because that is fascinating to me.
Fascinating. I love that shit too. Yeah.
Just found out about these peas that like grow in the harshest of climates, and they're really good and shit. And anyway, there's a lot of stuff that's out there, man. And just don't let everything get thrown out in the wash. Try to fucking stick in there and be able to make something. I know I'm trying.
No, facts. And I completely agree with you. We take in all this information on a big macro scale, but the micro is really what you have to focus on. Make sure your Thai chilies keep coming up. Make sure your pomegranates keep coming up. Make sure your peas and your weed and whatever else you're growing keeps coming up. And be good to your kids. Be good to your cats. Be good to your dogs. The green pill. Boom.
Me want to grow some fucking chilies, man. I'm telling
you. You got to grow some chilies, bro. They're so good once you grow them. Shout out to Ripoff first. Cheers to you, bro. You're welcome to jump on. We'll have you on soon. James, what are your final thoughts as we bounce on out of here?
Well, if you're not getting invited to those parties, I suggest that you start your own sex cults and your own sex parties.
With blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, a group of local willing people that want to keep it hush-hush and private and start enjoying your weekends again. That would be my advice.
No, I think that's a fucking great...
Friends and influence people.
Yeah, win friends and influence people. I think that's a great idea, James. My only counterpoint to that is what do you do with the ugly people? Do you let ugly people in?
Just turn the lights out and think of England.
Turn the lights out. I don't think we're
gonna... did not deny entry. He's just like, nah, just shut off the lights, throw it back over their head.
Yeah, just put a dimmer on the switch. Yeah, I love it. And with that, people, we're out. I hope you guys all have a fantastic Saturday. Thanks for everybody for jumping in, the chat for coming along with us. Thank you to Professor Grass for jumping in. Go watch him on the Green Pill Professor Grass on YouTube. And also on the Bruvs Unite. We're going to have a good time with that too. Go follow Professor Grass on X and go follow James on X as well. And shout out to you guys. And kick some ass, everybody. Get out there. Knuckles up to you guys.
The closest thing I got is my pipe. Knuckle ups.
We'll take the pipe, bro. We'll take it. And everybody, make your life better. Treat yourself well. Forgive yourself. And let's have a banger year this year. Go kick some ass. And we're out, people. All right.